Every forge session begins with prayers to the kami spirits, asking for safety, skill, and a successful forging. This ceremony reminds us that mental preparation and deep respect are the foundations of Japanese craftsmanship.
This is the heart of the industrial line. Maintaining 1500 degrees is crucial for the smelting process. The system requires 5 to 10 years of training before they are allowed to touch the steel.
Modern katanas are often called Japanese swords, but true katanas are specifically the curved single edge.
Is unique. The crystalline structure and carbon content varies even within a single piece.
A katana isn't one type of steel. It's a composite of hard steel for sharpness and soft steel for flexibility.
Kami to begin forging. Disrespecting these traditions is believed to result in failed blades.
This arrangement optimizes the airflow, and with the bellows, we achieve precise temperature control for the combustion process.
This bellows design hasn't changed in 700 years. The rhythm of pumping controls temperature precisely too fast.
There are no thermometers. The master judges temperature by color alone. White heat means 1500 degrees Celsius.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Explaining the coordination required between master and apprentice. Lines running through the steel. These layers give the finished blade its distinctive jihada grain pattern that looks like wood grain.
The apprentice swings this hammer 500 times per fold. That's 7,500
This is the master's precision hammer, while the apprentice uses the heavy sledge. It is the synchronized striking of both that creates the rhythm of traditional forging. This billet contained 32,768 layers and took 3 days to create. Now the real artistry begins.
This clay coating will be applied to the spine of the blade height. During quenching, it insulates the spine so only the edge hardens.
As you can see, the Hammond clearly separates the hard martensite edge from the softer pearlite core. This is where the phase transformation occurs.
The folding took 3 days, and now we begin the 2-week process of shaping this billet into a recognizable sword form.
While each blade is custom, the proportions follow strict traditional guidelines. The blade length, width, and curvature must...
Welcome back to the workshop. As you can see, our shaping station is fully stocked with the industrial line. We have every hammer and rasp you could possibly need for this project.
This line here is for the tang. The blade starts here, and the point will be right there. See the proportions?
Today we transform the folded billet into the iconic katana-shaped srefs. This is where the smith's artistic vision meets metallurgical science. Before shaping begins, the steel must be perfect. A single crack will propagate during shaping and ruin months of work.
Shaping temperature is lower than welding temperature. Too hot and the smith loses control, the steel becomes too soft.
This right here is the shinogi ridge. It's crucial for the blade's balance and structural integrity while also defining its aesthetic beauty.
The heavy hammer is for rough shaping, then we move to the medium hammer for refinement, and finally the light hammer for detailed. The blade will be heated and shaped approximately 50 times during this phase, and each heating allows only 30 seconds of work.
We thin the ha to 5 millimeters, while the mune remains thick at 8 millimeters. This differential thickness contributes to the blade's performance.
This rough grinding removes about 2 millimeters of surface material, and all the folding layers are still intact deeper in the steel.
Wow, look at that pattern.
Perfect straightness is critical. Any deviation will affect cutting performance and aesthetic beauty. Even the hidden tang has aesthetic elements. Collectors examine tang condition and file mark patterns to authenticate and date blades.
He's using a traditional bow drill for the mekugiana. Modern smiths, however, typically use high-speed power drills for this step.
This flat area must be perfectly planar and perfectly aligned with the blade's center line.
这个问的 Each section requires a different filing technique to achieve these subtle textures, even after the final polish.
I now understand why it takes 10 years within the muscle control. These polishing stones are almost as valuable as the blade itself. Some cost $2,000 per stone.
By ripping the blade this way, we ensure it remains spiritually pure. It must rest undisturbed until the morning's work begins. The clay coating is what creates the katana's most distinctive feature, the hamon temper line. This mix, each ingredient affects the insulation properties. The master has spent 30 years perfecting his exact recipe.
The clay must be like smooth peanut butter, and it needs to stay on the blade during heating but not crack or peel. Remember, it has to be perfect. The clay won't adhere otherwise.
It's looking good, almost there.
This thick clay will insulate the spine during quenching, keeping it soft and flexible.
Apply the clay evenly, thicker near the edge for the hamon.
Like this, Sensei?
Yes, now use the brush to refine the pattern.
What looks simple when the master does it is incredibly difficult pressure.
It must dry for exactly 8 hours before quenching. Too wet and it will bubble and pop off. Too dry and it may crack.
Careful with that charcoal, center it more. We need that temperature steady for the quench. That's it, perfect color.
Water temperature affects quenching speed. Too cold and the blade may crack from thermal shock. Too warm and it won't harden properly. This blade cracked during quenching 10 years ago, representing 3 months of wasted work. The master keeps it as a reminder of humility. He documented every variable, the precise temperature of the water, the composition of the clay, and whether the blade ultimately succeeded or failed.
ありがとうございます。
これで一つの生き物となりました。
Polishing takes longer than forging, up to 120 hours of handwork using natural Japanese stones to reveal the blade's true beauty. You start with the rough grit here. Each stone has unique properties. This one, the heirloom, provides the final.
Polishing isn't just finishing, it's revealing. Although the polisher reveals the hamon, the jihada grain pattern. The distinctive wood grain pattern, or jihada, is the result of 32,000 layers.
We're now in the stage where one wrong stroke could damage the pattern that took months to create. Different areas require different stone types and angles. This is why a single master polisher handles the entire blade.
Look closely at the consistency of the hamon right here. That is what we aim for. A quiet, appreciative female hum is heard in response.
This is the uchigumori stone. It's essential for the final polish, creating this misty finish you see here.
We use this ray skin specifically for its exceptional non-slip properties. The texture creates a grip that holds firm under any condition.
You must keep the tension consistent on both sides. Watch the overlap here.
Ah, I see. Is this tight enough now?
Yes, that is exactly right.
We start with the habaki and seppa, which ensure the perfect spacing for the tsuba. This one is particularly ornate.
It's beautiful.
This $30,000 katana represents 300 hours of skilled labor by multiple master craftsmen.